So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Okay, we are watching live. We do not know what is happening. We see Secret Service agents there with former President Donald Trump. This is at live video from Butler, Pennsylvania, where they are scrambling. We heard sounds, and that is when they told the former president to get down. We saw Secret Service agents rushing to the stage there. He was in the middle of that rally there in Butler, Pennsylvania. So let's zoom back out for a second. Former President Trump, we are monitoring this situation. We have a team there. He was talking to a crowd. We heard noises. They told him to get down. We are monitoring what is going on there right now. We know that Secret Service rushed the stage and got the former president down on the ground. We are waiting to hear more details. The president was there in Butler, Pennsylvania, which is a rural part of Pennsylvania, with a large crowd doing this rally before the Republican National Convention starts on Monday. This was his first rally that he has done since that debate. I want to bring in Ron Brownstein, who is our CNN political analyst and senior editor. Ron, we do not know what just happened. We do not know what is unfolding. We have a team there on the ground. We heard those noises, and we saw them rush the former president to the ground. Mm-hmm. It is hard in these moments to speculate. You don't want to do that, but that is a scary moment to watch unfold.
Oh, it is a terrifically scary moment. And you know, we have been moving, toward a political system in which threats of violence have become more common, really, at every level of government, from local, school boards and public
Ron,
health
I want to hold on one second. I am getting some new information. We're being told that the former president is being led off stage, and we are monitoring this. We're trying to get a better handle on exactly what's happening before we go back to those live pictures. But please continue your thought. We know that he is being led off stage.
I was going to say, what we've seen, and everything from fights over, school libraries to COVID restrictions to January 6th, a political environment in which threats of violence have become much more common. Not exclusively, more of them have come from the right.
Yeah, and Ron, we're just getting some live pictures in. We're getting some live pictures in. I want to tell people what they're looking at. We're told President Trump is in this vehicle that is being led away. We saw men. You are seeing people right now to your left that are in military garb. You see the Secret Service agents there that are running. Again, we are watching Trump's vehicle being driven away from this rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. He had been on the stage for maybe 5 minutes when we heard noises. We don't know what they were. He was rushed to the ground. They have now taken him off stage. He is being driven away in his vehicle, which we are not seeing now. You're now looking at the crowd there in Butler, Pennsylvania. This was the rally that former President Trump was having. We know that the Secret Service rushed him off stage, put him into that armored vehicle that you are now watching speed away from Butler, Pennsylvania. So they clearly felt the need to get him out of there. He has now been taken away from that site in the Secret Service vehicles. He was rushed off the stage. You see that the crowd there also looks confused as to what is going on.
Hey guys, I'm
members of the, we saw what looked to be members of the military at one point. You see them there on the far right. With camouflage on. Again, if you're just tuning in, you are looking at live pictures from Butler, Pennsylvania, where the former president, Donald Trump, has been rushed off the stage during his rally after he had been speaking for several minutes, and we heard loud noises. Secret Service rushed him to the ground and have put him into the car. He is now being rushed to an undisclosed. We are going to show you that moment. So I'm now going to show you the moment that just happened.
what you're seeing from our members from the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, from our chair, is strong support for the president. When I talk to my voters, my local community, particularly our large Latino community, what you hear is a message of sí se puede. We can elect Joe Biden. We can and will continue to support our president and our vice president. And so it's pretty overwhelming. I think what you heard from Representative Horsford, who is a great friend, is that majority Black and brown communities are united behind the president. And we're seeing that these are communities that have a lot at stake. We're oftentimes the first to have programs cut. We know the attacks that Donald Trump is trying to make on immigrants and migrants. There is so much on the line in this November. Our attention is on defeating Donald Trump, a con man, a criminal, a traitor, and the absolute worst person to ever be president in the history of our country. It is time to move forward and defeat Donald Trump. And I'm not sure how many times Joe Biden needs to say that he's in this race to win it. He's running. He said it once. He said it twice. He continues to say it. Let's get behind our nominee, Joe Biden.
Now, I hear you, and you're saying that the caucus is united, folks are united, and yet during that call with the Hispanic caucus that the president had, Congressman Mike Levin of California urged the president to drop his election bid. What was your reaction, and where do you stand? Oh, I'm sorry, Congressman Garcia. Something has happened at the Trump... Oh, we see Donald Trump there at a rally in Pennsylvania. You can see his face. There's blood coming from his ear. Not exactly sure what has happened, but those are Secret Service agents trying to pull Donald Trump off the stage. He's pumping his fist in the air. The crowd is chanting USA, USA. Again, this is live. This is live from a Trump rally in Pennsylvania. In Butler, Pennsylvania, former President Donald Trump, something happened, clearly some kind of an attack. You see there clearly blood on his right ear as Secret Service try to push him into the SUV. Earlier, as we came on, you saw the former president pumping his fist in the air as the Secret Service agents tried to get him off the stage. They have succeeded in getting him into the armored SUV. They will be taking him, clearly, they will be taking him away from that scene. And as you know, we here at NBC News and MSNBC News will do extensive reporting to find out exactly what happened. But again, you're looking at live pictures from Butler, Pennsylvania, where a Trump rally has come to an abrupt end after the former president was attacked. Attacked how, we're not sure. But when we came live on air, you could see the former president in profile, blood coming from his right ear as Secret Service agents tried to take him from the stage. He pumped his fist in the air multiple times. They were able to get him off the stage. They were able to get him into the armored SUV. He had only been speaking about 5 minutes at that rally. And again, as we came on air, you could hear the crowd chanting USA as the former president pumped his fist in the air. But again, we are looking at live pictures of a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. There you see the former president's motorcade leaving. 2 SUVs, you see that ambulance, 3 SUVs, taking the former president away from this rally that had only just begun. He had only been speaking for about 5 minutes when something happened. We're going to show it now. This is video. This is video of what happened at that rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. You saw the former president, as we just showed it, the former president comes on. He grabbed his right ear, and Secret Service agents rushed to the stage. You see right now they have the former president down on the platform where he was speaking. He had only been speaking for about 5 minutes when this happened. Secret Service agents rushed the stage. You see heavily armed Secret Service agents there at the front of the stage. And this is we're still showing you tape of the
millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people, criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here. And it's much tougher than if it happened. We had the strongest border ever. In recorded history, we had the best border. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they can do it. Do you guys have access to that chart that I love so much? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring, I try and explain that. Oh, there's it. Wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's sad, take a look at what happened.
Moving his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. Up. Hawkeye's here. You ready?
Okay, we are watching live at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where former President Trump was speaking on the stage. There has been some kind of disturbance that clearly sets law enforcement and Secret Service into motion, immediately jumping around the former president in a protective mode. The crowd has been screaming. They are standing by. You can hear some voices there saying, "Are we ready to go? Are we ready to go?" We are looking at President Trump. This does not look good. I'm going to be honest with you. From what we can see right here, it looks like they are attempting to move him out, that he may have been injured. He is holding up his arm. He is pumping his fist, but clearly Secret Service wants to get him out of this situation. He is attempting to stand and walk on his own. He has got his hand pumping in the air. His fist is pumping in the air, but quickly they are removing him from the stage. This is happening very quickly. We are trying to ascertain what happened, but quickly we do know that immediately Secret Service was on him, jumping to protect him. Let's go to Alexis McAdams. She is there actually at the rally as President Trump is waving his fist but looks injured and is being taken out of this rally. Alexis, what can you tell us from there on site?
Well, Shannon, that was, I can't even explain how quickly that just happened. He just was talking, he was showing the illegal immigration into the United States there on the graph. And then as he was standing up on stage, we heard at least, 4 or 5 shots. Then I saw Secret Service jump into action, and I saw local and federal authorities move in. I'm going to show you here and just kind of step out of the way. You can see here people coming in with their guns drawn here, trying to figure out exactly what happened. Everybody kind of tried to get down here on the media area and then in the crowd as well as they heard those shots fired. People waited here for hours, okay? We saw people up on the stage. I'm going to have my photographer kind of pan over here. You can see that they had some snipers right up here on top of the roof who had a watch on the crowd for hours, making sure everything was okay from a security perspective. We went to lots of security when we had to come in. Not sure exactly where those shots came from at this point. We're trying to figure it out, but to hear that and then see the fall down there on that stage, I can't put into words. Talking to the people in the crowd and see as you're trying to we're just trying to figure out.
Okay, we've lost. Okay, Alexis McAdams there at the rally with former President Trump, where it sounds like and it looks like, from what we can tell at this moment, that there was a shooting. It sounded like multiple shots fired. It appeared that there was some injury to President Trump. We do not know the extent of it. We know that he was holding his fist in the air. He was pumping it as he was taken away by the Secret Service, hurriedly getting him into a vehicle and getting him out of there. You saw that there is an ambulance there on the scene. That is standard protocol for any rally like this, any event like this, for this very kind of situation. We know nothing about the former president's potential injuries or current condition, other than we saw him pumping his fist and holding his fist up. There's enormous security at these rallies, Secret Service, local,